I know I promised one more video on the main, and we're going to get that out this Tuesday. So next Tuesday I can do something else. I wanted to talk about anchor watches. In order to have days like this, you're going to have days like this. This is Tips on Tuesday. We're going to talk about what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. Stay tuned so you don't feel like doing this. If you like these videos, please subscribe and give us a like. And if you have anything to add to the conversation or any questions, please leave them below. First we got to get the covers off, then we'll show you what we did on the outhaul. See this bushing in here? This bushing has to look like this. It all looks good now, but I put it in upside down before. And one of the things you can see here is I put a little bit of glue here, just a little bit, and I put some on the other side. And that's just to keep the, as this thing tries to twist, I just wanted a little more friction up against that aluminum so that I'm not going to wear out these screws here, because that's what I've noticed that happens many times is the threads on these screws gets worn out, and then you have to put you know, either drill it out bigger and put bigger screws in, or put I forget what they call them, but they put these little springs basically inside, and then you screw down into them. But what we're going to do is we're going to pop this part off, and then we're going to take this part off, and we'll take this bolt out. But what I really want to show you is how easy this piece here should come out. You shouldn't have to use a puller on it. So let's get that off. So one of the things I really wanted to show you was how easy this is to move up and down. This is stainless steel on stainless steel. Keep a lot of grease on it and it should come out easy. And you can also see how this bushing works in here. Take a good look at how that bushing works, because if you don't have your bushing in there, then this is going to be too big, and this moves around. And when this moves around, it's going to try to move your motor down here back and forth. And so when that happens, you're going to ovalize these holes like I did. I had a new plate put in here. But as soon as that gets ovalized, then your whole motor and gearbox will start moving around. And you don't want that. Then you're just going to have to cut it all off and weld a whole new piece on like I had to do. But anyways, make sure that it has enough grease on it, and it easily goes, well, now it's not going to go in easily because my pen is out a little bit, but you can see it easily goes up and down. That's what you want to see. So I removed both of these, and most people have to use a puller to get this part out. Oh, I set it over there. But anyways, I was able to get it out without having to use a puller because so much grease is inside there. And that's what you should do. Make sure this is all greased up so that thing can come in and out pretty easy, so you can actually, take this out and service it once in a while. We've got a grease nipple on this one. I think it's a good idea to put grease nipples on. I didn't put it on this one, but probably should have. We're going to take this in and get the bearings replaced, because I think the bearings are going bad on this one, and we'll replace the seals, and we probably won't have to do this again for a long time. I'll give you one other hint on these. You see the way that this one moves? That wouldn't happen. Is what I did on this one is I put tape to get it tight. So I built up the tape till this thing fit on perfect, and then I put on the watertight, well, the sealant. But it's better if you build this up with masking tape, so that then you don't get this movement in this. And I think that it's probably not that bad having the movement, but I think it would be just a little bit better had, you know, that been built up inside there. But I don't want to take it apart right now, so we're not going to take that apart. We're just going to get the bearings replaced as is. Because what I'm afraid of is if I take this off, it might be harder than I thought. So we just found out that this one has a nylon bearing in there. So it's different than the other one. The other ones had these other metal bearings. This one has a nylon bearing. So every time I have this off, I coat the motor with Corrosion X. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm putting Corrosion X all over the motor. I think that helps it. And I do this motor too. The other thing you need to do is on these parts here, you need to coat all this metal with Corrosion X, and make sure you get really good ones, because the other ones rust out super fast. But if they're covered with Corrosion X, they last a bit longer. Well, sun's going down, and just cleaned up my mess, and we'll look at it one more time. Looks pretty good. So the other thing you should do, make sure you keep a little bit of grease on your bolt here, and make sure that there's anti-corrosion stuff on all of these bolts. They're stainless steel going into aluminum. That's about all I got to say on the outhaul. But next week, we're going to talk about anchor watches.
If you like this video, give us a like down below and click here to subscribe. That really helps us. And if you want to watch more of us, click one of those.
They said they came from Spanish.